Hello everyone and welcome to PendulumEdu, and in this session for vocabulary I'm here to present an article wherein we would discuss a few vocabulary words for you to learn. So the article heads as Right by Birth on Daughters in Hindu Succession Act. So the rights that the daughters have in terms of the property or the legal ownership of the property, maybe in the property or maybe in the belongings of a person or their parent or ancestors. To what extent in the Hindu Succession Act do daughters possess this right? Let's have a look and discussion same. That's right by birth. That is a kind of inheritance. कहते हैं ना कि जन्म जात से जो चीज़ किसी को belong करती है तो वो inheritance पर निर्भर करता है. Supreme Court's decision on corpusculary rights of women. Corpusculary is joint heir. So joint heir, that is, this is an ad, first of all, noun. Joint heir means having equal rights with someone else, like you're sharing equal rights with someone. Is in line with the aim of ending discrimination. Now, when we talk about discrimination in terms of gender biasness, in terms of discrimination based on the women and men in the society, so this particular decision of Supreme Court that even women or daughters would have equal right, this is in sync or in line with the aim of ending discrimination. The latest decision of the Supreme Court on the right of Hindu daughters to ancestral property, ancestral is an adjective, that is belonging to ancestors or forefathers, कहते हैं ना जो पैतृक होता है, okay? इसको हम सदायदता कहते हैं, सदायदता corpusculary को. Ancestral property corrects an obvious anomaly, जो एक anomaly थी, एक जो अनियम था, ठीक है? Anomaly is something that is unusual, okay? In the interpretation of a crucial 2005 amendment to the Hindu Succession Act 1956. Now, एक anomaly थी जो 2005 की amendment थी हिंदू सक्सेशन एक्ट में, उसको एक तरीके से ठीक कर दिया गया है, करेक्शन है जो लेटेस्ट डिसीजन जो सुप्रीम कोर्ट का आया है. द वर्डिक्ट, दैट इज अ नाउन, इट मीन्स द डिसीजन, निर्णय. The verdict settles the question whether the corpusculary right of daughters comes into effect only if the father through whom they claim that right was alive on the day the amendment came into force. Now, this is important to understand. The corpusculary act or the corpusculary right, I must say, would be viable, would be approvable only for those daughters or those girls whose fathers are alive or were alive in 2005, not before that. अगर 2005 से पहले आपके फादर की डेथ हो चुकी है, then you don't have any such right, okay, to have equal share. But still 2005 your father was alive, then you have equal amount of rights when it comes here. Now, the apex court has now categorically ruled that the daughter's right flows from their birth and not by the other factors such as existence of their fathers. Now comes the next important point. Now, when once it was said that they would only be given the right if their fathers were alive by 2005 or when the amendment was made. Second moment, it is saying that things or the right comes right from the birth. It comes right from your birth, and no such factors for in relation to the existence of your father or the death of your father. It doesn't make any sort of impact. In other words, it has rejected the common misinterpretation that only daughters of coppiceners who were alive on that day could get an equal share in the property. It has rejected, it has nullified this misinterpretation. Okay, so this was the misinterpretation. Now the right flows right from the birth. This is what the effect is. The court has rightly recognized that the amendment conferred, that is provided or declared, this is a verb, equal status as a coppicener on daughters in Hindu families governed by Mitakshara law, and this right accrued by birth like belongs or applicable over time. So कब से by birth ये चीज़ है, so it cannot be denied. Pause. Start. So further it says, the change came into effect from September 9, 2005, but with a provision that partitions or testamentary disposition, testamentary that comes or relates to will, relating to will, जो कि कहते ना जो आपकी will से संबंधित है, जो भी वसीयत में लिख दिया गया है, वसीयत नामा, ठीक है, उससे जो संबंधित चीज़ें हैं, टेस्टामेंटरी ये एडजेक्टिव है, उस प्रोविज़न की बात करें तो ये चेंज कब से है, 2005 से, बट जो प्रोविज़न था टेस्टामेंटरी डिस्पोजिशन और जो पार्टीशन, जो विल की जो पोजीशन होती है, उससे that had taken place prior to December 20, 2004, the date on which the amendment was introduced in Rajya Sabha will remain valid and unaffected by the change. कहते हैं जो भी change इन सब से 2004 से पहले जो हो चुका है वो सब valid रहेगा और unaffected रहेगा अब जो नया change आया है उससे. This led to the interpretation that the daughter's coppicenary rights being prospective, that is being possible, कहते हैं ना हिंदी में हम कहते हैं संभाव्य, एडजेक्टिव है prospective, would not come into effect unless both the coppicener father and his daughter were alive on September 9, 2005. This position was crystallized. Now see क्या बोला उन्होंने कि भाई prospective है and would not come into effect तब तक नहीं होगा जब तक उसके father daughter alive रहे 9 September 2005 को, तब तक इस पोजीशन को, इस चीज़ को क्रिस्टलाइज किया गया. क्रिस्टलाइज, it has become now more definite and clear. To make definite and clear, that is a verb, okay? किसी चीज़ को और दृढ़ बना देना, ठीक है? In a 2015 judgment of the Supreme Court in Prakash and others versus Fulavati, this judgment now stands overruled. अब इस चीज़ को overrule कर दिया गया है. That is, it now stands nullified. So अब 2015 में crystallize किया गया इस particular example के साथ, इस case को as an example लेके इस चीज़ को और strong तरीके से present किया गया. The court's reasoning is unexceptionable. Okay, इस चीज़ को मान देना मतलब मानने unbelievable है. First, it locates the origin of the coppicery rights in one's birth. पहले आप कहते हो कि भाई बच्चा आपके जन्म से आपको ये अधिकार मिला है. फिर आप कहते हो it finds there is no necessity for a predecessor coppicener to be alive for one to acquire that status, as what is relevant is birth within the degrees of succession to which it extends. In that sense, the legislation, even though it comes into effect on a prescribed date, is retroactive in its application and it is linked to birth, an antecedent event. So, देखो पहले आप कहते हो कि भाई जन्म से, दूसरा आप कहते हो कि ज़रूरी नहीं कि उनके फादर अलाइव हों या जो कॉपसिनर है उनका कोई प्रेडिसेसर वो अलाइव हों तभी उनको ये स्टेटस मिलेगा. तो वो कहते हैं कि भाई अगर आप एक प्रिस्क्राइब डेट से इफ़ेक्ट में लाया जाए, ओके, तो भी ये रेट्रोएक्टिव है, ये पीछे जाएगा ही, है ना, क्योंकि डिसीजन पहले जो लिया गया दैट वाज डिफरेंट और अभी जो डिसीजन आया है दैट इज़ डिफरेंट. सो दे आर सेइंग इट विल गो रेट्रोएक्टिव. पीछे मतलब प्रीवियस डेट से इस चीज से रिलेटेड होगा ही. Now here, why this term has been stated, the court's reasoning is unexceptionable, it is unbelievable. मतलब आप उसको एक एक्सेप्शन केस नहीं मान सकते, ठीक है. It also underscores that, it also highlights, underscores, that is highlights किसी चीज को और प्रकाशित करना. That the legislation makes it clear that the daughter's rights are the same as that of a son, and as if she had been a son at the time of birth. The corpuscinary status given to daughters has been a subject of reform in many states, particularly in South India, long before the UPA regime, that is the system. कहते हैं एक तरीके की व्यवस्था. So before the UPA regime brought in the amendment for the whole country. Now, in South India, this was already prevalent. It was already being followed there, right there. Nobody questioned it. Nobody questioned it. It was already there in South India, and the girls were treated as sons. They had the rights equivalent to as that of sons. Kerala had introduced legislation in 1975. Andhra Pradesh in 1986, Tamil Nadu in 1989, and Maharashtra and Karnataka in 1994. So see, they have already implemented it, and they are using it since so long, 1975, 86, 89 and 94. Though entire country is not having it or implemented it, but now I believe it should, and it will, it has to. The legislative aim was that of flagrant discrimination, that is an obvious discrimination. Flagrant is an adjective, something that is obviously offensive. भाई साफ साफ दिख रहा है कि आप discriminate कर रहे हो between sons and daughter. So it is, ये जो flagrant जो discrimination है in entitlement to an equal share in corpuscinate property, that is property inherited from one's father. Inherited जो कि आपको जन्म से मिला हुआ है. You've acquired by birth. From one's father, grandfather or great grandfather should be done away with. इस चीज को हटा देना चाहिए. It is, जो discrimination है उसको हटा देना चाहिए. It is indeed welcome that the apex court has sought to give full effect to this intent. Intent is noun, it means intention. जो इरादा है आपका. तो कहते हैं जो एपिक्स कोर्ट का, जो सुप्रीम कोर्ट का जो इंटेंट है ये, it is a good intent, it's a welcome effort or welcome decision that it has made. By setting at rest doubts arising from varying interpretation. Varying, that is various. Varying here is used as an adjective. कहते हैं ना बहुत सारे या अलग अलग, अलग अलग. So सबके डाउट्स को सेटल करना, सेट एट रेस्ट, उनको काम करना, ये इंटेंशन अगर सुप्रीम कोर्ट का है तो ये एक बहुत ही वेलकम एफर्ट है उनका. एंड दिस शुड पीपल एंड द एंटायर नेशन शुड अबाइड बाय द सेम. दिस इज व्हाट द corpuscinary rights or the corpuscinary rights for women or all women need, and the amendment has come up, and now it is believed that the entire country would implement it, would accept it, and it would be viable enough for people to, for even for daughters. Now this is a step ahead in terms of ending discrimination between the sons and daughters that for years have been prevalent in our countries. The sons have always been given an edge over daughters. The reason, for obvious reasons I would say, and even if you go in any sort of family, somewhere or the other, all of us, all the girls right out there, they realize, they somewhere feel and experience that they are here and boys are here. So somewhere, maybe it's a minute thing possibly, but the discrimination is right there, though people deny that it's not, but it's right there. So this is a step ahead in terms of ending that discrimination, and it's a welcome effort by the apex court. So this was the entire article that was there to be discussed for today, and the word that I would take for you today would be crystallize. It's a verb, means to make definite and clear. So maybe some sort of statement that you've given, you're making it, you're crystallizing it. So this is a verb. Try to use it in your sentence. Comment the sentence below. If it's wrong, we would correct it and send it back to you. If you have any doubts, any article that you wish to discuss, let us know. Any sort of problem that you face in terms of English, let us know. So I shall see you soon in the next session. Keep learning and growing, and do not forget to subscribe to the channel for more and regular sessions, and hit the like button to the video as well to keep us all motivated. So this was the article for societal issues along with the entire nation of the country is facing. I will come up with yet another article to discuss with you people in the next session. Till then, keep learning and growing, and thank you so much.